Hello friends and family, my name is Daniel Burrell, and welcome to Diary of a Manic. This is the long-awaited Schizophrenia episode. It's probably going to be ludicrously long. I don't know how long it will be, but I apologize in advance for how long it's going to be. Today we're going to be talking about the last major mental illness. And that is schizophrenia. And we're also going to talk about the 4 variants of schizophrenia, which are schizotypal personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder, schizoaffective personality disorder, and schizophreniform personality disorder. So there's going to be a lot of information in here, so if I talk a little fast at times, that's because I don't want the video to be 25 minutes long, because let's face it, I have stuff to do today, and you guys probably do too. So, schizophrenia is a serious mental illness, and it's very much overlooked. It's typically what you will automatically think of when you hear the word crazy. Like, this is when you hear voices and you see things, and this is it. It's a really stigmatized problem. Schizophrenia greatly affects the way you understand and interact with the world around you. Schizophrenics experience episodes which will start with them feeling strange. They start to experience problems concentrating, thinking, or communicating clearly, and taking part in any typical activities they might take part in. At the height of their episodes, they may experience breaks in reality known as psychosis. This is typically what you will think of when you think of a schizophrenic. This is when they hear voices. This is when they have hallucinations or delusions. It's typically not all the time that they feel this. So, yeah, this may include hallucinations or delusions, and they're going to feel flat or numb afterwards. They'll try and withdraw from can't speak today. They'll try and withdraw from others and have a difficult time concentrating. Some people may only have 1 or 2 episodes in their entire life, while others may experience episodes every day, many times throughout the day. Even as well, some people experience a nice break between episodes and they have early warning signs, while others actually have an unrestful break between episodes and it just hits them. All of a sudden they're having an episode and there was no warning signs whatsoever. So schizophrenia as a mental illness it's extremely varied. There's so much going on, and it's different for practically everybody. So, medication can be used as treatment for schizophrenia. Antipsychotics may help reduce the frequency of hallucinations or delusions. It may even stop these symptoms altogether in some people. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Like most medications, even like my antidepressants, you need to find the right fit for antipsychotics. It's also just it's also suggested that if you're using antipsychotics for schizophrenia and you have 6 months or so with no episodes and you're feeling fine, you should just keep taking for the rest of your life, because schizophrenia has an actually quite high relapse rate. But relapse prevention can be assisted by a psychologist or social worker, but the best way to prevent a relapse is keep taking your medication and try and find a trigger. That's a lot of what counselors, psychologists, most social workers, they typically try and find your trigger and eliminate that trigger from your life. So moving on, we're gonna move on to schizotypal personality disorder. So schizotypal personality disorder is one of 4 variants. It's characterized by discomfort in any social situation and only gets worse as the interactions progress. Other signs are eccentric beliefs and behaviors. Individuals with this disorder often have strange ideas of reference. People with this disorder often feel superstitious or preoccupied with paranormal phenomena. These are a lot of the people that wear those funky tinfoil hats on so the aliens can't possess their brain or whatever. Like that's a sign of schizotypal personality disorder. A lot of symptoms of this are just minor variants of schizophrenia, however. A lot of it is just schizophrenia, but they're infrequent episodes, and it's almost constant. Like they don't constantly have paranoia or delusions, but they may have constant belief that aliens are after them, or like superstitions and stuff like that. So schizoid personality disorder is the second variant of schizophrenia, and it's an extremely antisocial disorder. It is a much more imposing variant of schizotypal personality disorder. It focuses more on the antisocial part of schizotypal. It's very bad. Every antisocial behavior demonstrated in schizotypal is amplified. Individuals with this disorder typically cannot take any pleasure of any kind from social interaction. A lot of people mistake this for sociopathic tendencies, but even sociopaths can blend in, and they may not like people, but they can still blend in and act like they like them. But schizoid, they can't take any pleasure. So schizoaffective personality disorder is characterized by abnormal thought processes and deregulated emotions. It's a mix of symptoms from both a mood disorder, typically bipolar or depression, mixed with symptoms of schizophrenia, but not with enough diagnostic criteria to diagnose either specifically. These symptoms from a mood disorder typically depend on the mood disorder. If it's more so bipolar, then they'll have mania as well as the depression. But if it's just depression, then they'll have deep depression. And they have a lot of schizophrenic tendencies as well. They're typically paranoid, and they're worried about paranormal phenomena, and they have manic episodes mixed with psychosis. So a lot of schizoaffective and schizophrenics as well actually have jumped off the roofs of buildings believing that they could fly. They believed that they're superheroes and tried to punch through brick walls, and it's a lot of stuff like that. So current treatment options are usually antipsychotic medications mixed with mood stabilizers, which the antipsychotics are for the schizophrenia part of it, and the mood stabilizers are for the bipolar/depression part of it. They can't put you, well, they're not supposed to put you on antidepressants, because antidepressants may lift your mood, and they can't diagnose you as bipolar disorder. So if you do have bipolar disorder and you're on antidepressants, when you have a mania episode, you'll shoot through the roof. You'll just you'll lose your mind with excitement, and it would just not be really good. So schizophreniform personality disorder is the last of the 4 variants of schizophrenia. I'm going to breeze through it as quickly as possible because it's the most simple to explain. Schizophreniform is, I shouldn't put it that way. Schizophrenia requires 6 months straight of showing symptoms, whether it's once a month or every single day, 25 times a day. They need 6 months solid of you showing symptoms for them to actually diagnose you as schizophrenic. Schizophreniform is when you show symptoms for the better portion of a month, but then you don't show symptoms for that solid 6 months. So you will have episodes, but your symptoms don't last 6 months. This is kind of the hardest to diagnose because people may wait a little too long to go to the doctor, and they can't even diagnose it as schizophreniform because they can't diagnose it for the better portion of a month. But if you are diagnosed with schizophreniform, they will typically put you on mood stabilizers or antipsychotic medications, just to kind of keep you constant. It'll be a little, but then if you start showing bad signs like symptoms, then you will have to take more. And also counseling is a good option for pretty much all of these. There are a lot of social workers that concentrate on schizophrenics, and there's a lot of counselors that specialize in schizophrenia. It's hard to admit if you have a problem, but schizophrenia is one of the mental illnesses where someone will probably say something if you don't, because it's typically pretty noticeable. So we're running on 13 minutes here, so I'm going to end the episode. I don't have any links to put in the description for this, unfortunately, but feel free to Google some information if you really want. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this 4-part series about mental illness. My next episode will be a little more lighthearted. I'm actually going to talk about something fun for once. I'm going to talk about video games, because who doesn't like video games? So, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions, you can leave them in the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments. And I very much appreciate you watching, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. So, thanks very much, and have an awesome day, guys.